Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Deeply Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deeply Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 492. Today is Saturday, August 6th, 2025, and I'm glad you could join me today. It's a gorgeous day. I'm still wearing my pajamas. All is well. Maybe the kids will sleep before we go on our afternoon adventure. We don't know. Apparently, I'm setting myself up to cook tomorrow instead of today. So, um, oh, excuse me. So, it I've had some productiveness. I feel like all of my stash goals have sort of fizzled out in the end, but that's okay. Um, because I really haven't even pulled up the spreadsheet to enter the totals, so I did finish fixing my fingerless gloves. So these are fingerless gloves that I knit probably back in 2014. So 11 years old, I've had to repair them only a handful of times, not nearly as often as my spouse's. um, so I had to do a lot of thumb knitting on one of them because I just kept going back and back and back and wasn't really getting into good yarn. But we now have things snugged up and they only look like a little bit weird. I don't know if I'll give them like a really thorough wash and see if that helps clean them up a little bit. I don't know. That's why I would say it's probably a good time to do it at least. And then these will start living in my coat pocket for whenever I actually use a coat. Lately there's been quite a lot of just wearing a sweater, which is the delightful benefit of living in San Francisco, the land of perpetual early spring. I did end up visiting some summertime, so over the Labor Day weekend, ended up doing a pool party with my knitting friends. And apparently, the innovation is that you bring a shoebox to put your knitting in, and then we can knit and pool. You're drinking the floaty, you're knitting in the box, and then all is well. I was also fairly content to sit at the edge of the pool with my feet in the water and knit there. So, as you do. Um, so highly recommend. I'm hoping we get one more chance to do it before pool season is over. Um, because whatever. We'll see. We'll see. So my Go-Go Dynamo continues. Have you guys seen all of the stuff for the new Stephen West Mystery Cal? Because I'll wait until it's over. Like, it looks so good, doesn't it? Oh wait. So I am halfway done with this section. Um, I still will have, like, I'm in, like, it's getting bound off right now, and then I'm gonna pick up the stitches. Keep on going. Uh, but here's how things are coming together right now. So what I ended up deciding to do, and it's pretty subtle on the camera, is so I have sections, so I do two sections that are without the suri and then one section with. And so that means it sort of alternates between um holding blue with suri or gray with suri. I really do actually like how the gray looks with the suri. It makes it just a little bit more light. I'm not as enthused about the blue, but it's fine. What it be? It's all just a part. It's just all a part of the look. I really wouldn't want to go back because this section does feel to be a little bit like a slug. Um, so, would it be? But I'm not halfway yet. So I definitely, yeah, so halfway, like we're pretty close to halfway looking at this because this would be the center. Um, I am more than halfway done knitting the yarn. Um, but yeah, no, this is big project. Big schlankety Stephen West nonsense, as you do. So at some point, I'm like trying to see, I'm guessing like what would it be? So it'd be the case where like there is going to be more knitting that's happening up and over here. But I think before I get into that, I'm going to do bordery stuff, I guess. Whatever. It's a mystery shawl. It's mysterious. So, what would it be? So I'm binding it off right now, then I'll pick up stitches, I'll do some border stuff. It will probably involve some more mohair, and I'll just strategically pick what one I want to be more obvious, um, as you do. Um, so Stephen West, Go Go Dynamo. I'm knitting it out of fiber optic in the Gleam, in Midnight and Dolphin. And so these are 4 ounce, or I have two 4 ounce skeins, so I'm not too worried about running out of it. And then I'm also holding From Dusk Till Dawn, Surrey, and the Snow Moon, or the Snow Moon Surrey in Bliss Yarns color. So exclusive to Bliss. Have a whole nother 50 grams of it. I will not need that. I'm I'm just sort of assuming that whatever I end up using it for, I can, whatever leftovers are from this project will be enough to do something with anyways. I don't know if the Surrey of Love makes me sneeze. It feels so good though. It's not a rash. So, so still, like it was only very recently that I started, um, like I want to say I started the second ball or whatever, the third and fourth balls somewhere in here. Um, yeah, so this is where I ran out of the blue, and looking at this spot, this is where I ran out of the gray. So that's, so we're by yarn more than halfway done. And I'll be in trouble if whatever, I don't want to buy more. Fabulous, whatever. This is turning out to be a fabulous project. I do love a Stephen West. Um, and totally, whatever, totally in my colors, so don't mind that. So, should be fine. Um, and then the other thing that I have going on is in my new Pasquirrel bag. And actually, I can't do it right now. So, I don't even know where I'm at the moment. So we'll finish it up. Uh, oh, it smells like sunscreen. I last took this out Monday. Apparently, it smells like sunscreen, which is fine. I needed a lot of sunscreen. We were out in the sunburn hours. So what would it be? So last time I was showing the swatch and figuring out what needle size I wanted to use and sort of figuring out what exactly I wanted to do with this. So this is Cinna. It is a Ksenia Nadan pattern that my knitting group is all knitting together. We all brought our Cinnas to knit on while we had our pool party. Really, I swear, we're not normally such lemmings. But, and I am knitting it out of Studio Donegal, Darnie. So it is 100% lamb's wool and probably, yeah, it's like a fingering weight. So it's 410 meters per 100 grams. And then I have it in a navy, a hot pink, and a teal. And I have managed to work all of those yarns in. I did pull out my rocket tee in order to estimate how long I would want this to be. Um, and that was the case where, like, I concluded that I needed to add um, about, like, I think it turned out to be like 3 inches of length. And so that meant that I had to add 6 inches of cast on. Because I'm currently simultaneously knitting the front and back. So this is my first sideways knit sweater. And so it's definitely the case where there's some more planning and thinking that needs to occur. Um, just because whatever, it's not my usual construction. Um, but that is okay. Um, I ended up drawing my own schematic. Um, I ended up drawing my own schematic because it was just the case where I wanted to like plot everything out in order to select the right size. So I decided to go with Echo for the size. And this was basically I was just changing my size based on or doing it based on estimate of my difference in row gauge. So I'm not really anticipating to change anything. I'll have to check and see if there are things by measurement instead of by number of rows. But I also have the instructions for modifying the pattern based on a slightly different row gauge because sometimes you just can't make it work. um, and then I suppose depending on how I feel about it, we'll figure out what I want to do or if I want to knit different summer tops or knit baby sweater. I don't know. I have a lot of knitting to go on this. um I feel like this could take a while. And maybe it just feels that way right now because um like long rows. So definitely a good background project. Because there isn't too much going on right now. It may be the case where the next time that I go in the office, I will print out the page with the chart on it and keep it in the bag. Um, just so I don't look at my phone. See, this is the danger. This is the danger of the project. Um, it was like with the Go-Go Dynamo, once you get things established, you don't need to check in with the phone every so often to make sure things are going right. It's pretty easy to memorize your section. But with the Cinna, at the very least, I'm like being like, oh, I'm coming across the marker. Is there something I'm supposed to do with the marker? Yes, there is something I'm supposed to do with the marker right now. So I'll have to check in and be like, all right, how many stitches have I increased? Is it time to start the chart? Stuff like that. So that's just the case where that would be the situation where having the paper pad would be better because then I wouldn't get distracted by my phone. Um, but we shall see. Um, so going along nicely. I still haven't quite knit to the point where I'm in entirely straight yarn yet, but I will be pretty soon. So it will mean that at this point I've knit as much of, or I've knit as much as, uh, or knit past my swatching section, which is a milestone. Um, I decided to not keep the swatch. And then the other funny thing that I ended up doing was I just took the ball of yarn I was using for waist and speared it on my needle. um, so that was merely so I could um not have to deal with the ball of yarn rolling around, and apparently I did not want to cut this ball of yarn. I didn't want to cut this ball of yarn um to just hold the stitches. Um so other things I ended up doing was I decided um to do the um crochet cast on onto a knitting needle, which required a very specific term or a very specific YouTube search term. Because there were a couple, or would it be? There was like a couple of provisional cast-ons from like Fairy Pink Knits, but apparently the one that I was really looking for was a Stephen West one. So back to Stephen West. Um, and so what that let me do was, or what that enabled by doing the Stephen West way was, I had my little crochet hook, and then I didn't need to pick into stitches because I sometimes uh, knit into the wrong spot and the cast on doesn't unzip nicely. And considering, like, with making it longer, like, it turned out to be like 310 stitches or 320 stitches cast on, 320. So, um, so that was just not a magnitude of detangling that I wanted to get myself into. Though I will say, I feel like some detangling will need to happen soon. Um, but I think the colors will be really pretty. Um, I love I love a jewel tone. Um, should it have been two neutrals and a bright? Maybe, but whatever. It was like, navy's neutral, right? That's fine. Um, and definitely long rows. So that's why I don't want to pull out my phone. But yeah, most, like, what was it? Like I probably between I'm trying to think like if I ended up really getting this started like Saturday or Sunday night. Because I definitely it was definitely the case where I needed some time to think about what I was going to do. Um, and what I wanted to modify. Yeah, it was like what I wanted to modify, um, how I was going to do that, what was my selection going to be, and then was like reading through the relevant person pattern, all of that. And now that I am in like the thick of it, like it can be much more chill. I can be more on autopilot for a while. So um hence the danger of looking at my phone. I guess it will be interesting to see how everything drapes and lies. Um, so keep an eye out for that. But I feel like got up for it, like I need to knit quite a long way. But I think overall, like um, this pattern is pretty flexible, so I'm not too worried about that. So now I just have to motor along for a while. So with the small amount of shaping. But also it's just the case where like I will be outgrowing this bag pretty soon, I'm assuming, so but it is the case where it does amuse me greatly at how nicely the bag matches the project right now. Though I do also sort of wish I had finished doing this section before starting, but well, whatever. So I will have to probably get into a bigger bag. I will. I don't think I'll end up doing a straight up swap. But I don't know. I guess it's a question of how badly I want the Go-Go Dynamo to be contained. It is so big already. um, but yeah, the yarn isn't moving the most freely right now, so that does make it hard. What else? So I can see how this will be a perfect project at least for a while. The chaos continues. um, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, go back in bed.
I needed to wash hands.
Oh, you have to do the 5 steps of washing hands? I'm recording right now.
What is to watch? We're watching together. What are you fixing this yard? Why are you fixing the yard?
Uh-oh.
Why are you fixing yards? What are you fixing the yards? This is it. Why do you make them here? Why can you see that? Why are you seeing what Daddy's one?
Yeah, are we recording right now?
Yeah. Why are we gonna look at the mirror?
Oh, well, that's what it's recording right now.
And I'm just in the sea.
All right, man, let's sit down.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's all sit there.
Let's sit down.
Wanna
Ah,
see
watch out.
wanna see outside.
Okay,
How move this?
we don't know. So, the chaos continues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You're just looking at something. Sit here. My sister got happy sometimes.
Sometimes. Let's see. What else?
What is on this? On this bed.
Hmm.
How I want to do the wheel.
Oh, okay. Whatever. The drive band is off, so all is well. Um,
Huh? What do you say next?
whatever we feel like.
What? Because my sister's so and they're doing something.
Yeah, we might have to try putting her to sleep again, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In this bed.
Maybe, yeah, maybe we might need to switch beds.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm almost done with the row. See, this is the problem is they're very long rows right now.
There's a little red and some on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
What?
the red button says that we're recording.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
That's a shopping now.
Yeah.
A shopping when it's going.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little rainbow. See that rainbow?
Yeah, did I make a rainbow?
Yeah.
Wow, our rainbow's really cool.
Can I see it?
No. Not right now.
I want to see it.
No, man.
I just want to see it from up there.
We're just gonna leave it up there, okay?
You're laughing. See it.
Yeah, there's some elephants up there. It's always good to have some fresh eyes, right?
It's so strong.
Do you have fresh eyes?
No, it's a little bit. They're getting some little sand.
Oh.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
What did it do? What are you seeing?
Hmm?
But here's the new bed getting long.
Oh, yeah. Is your hair a little crazy today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a hair brush. I will brush my hair.
Okay, go brush your
All
hair,
the
man.
way up.
Shenanigans. So, what would it be? Almost there.
So, what's the room?
Hmm.
It's not going to like that. That will not work.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It won't work.
That will work.
Now it'll be closed for a little while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we put the wheelbarrow up there?
That isn't a wheelbarrow. That is a post office box.
Post office box?
Yeah, it's keeping my spinning project.
Because I want to fin it with no finishing on it. No
Oh.
yarn on it.
Well, at some point I'll finish my spinning project, and then we can use the box for something else.
Or something else?
Yeah, whatever we want.
Why are we gonna put this thing right there? Then we're gonna move it over the big one over there. We're gonna move the little one over there.
Okay.
We are,
Sounds really intense.
I will want it.
Okay.
I will hold the yarn.
Ah.
I'm gonna hold the yarn.
So, the last item is I did get a little bit more done on the spinning project. Just a couple links of fiber this week. But slow and steady
Do we
is how that's gonna
do
go.
this? Why are we gonna use this?
At some point, it's gonna be a sweater. And there's still quite a lot of fiber in this bag, so I may need to wind off a bobbin in order to fit the extra bobbin.
I will put my feet on the on your feet when I fin it. I'm putting the
Oh, are you gonna help me spin? Do you like to help me spin sometimes?
and I will put my feet on that.
Yeah. Are you
I
are
will
you a good
not.
little helper?
I will not pinch my foot on that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Is it like this?
Something like that. And then in terms of boot and a boot, it does look like I will be spending one day at Lambtown and I just have to decide what day and when my class is and may hang out with my knitting group at the hotel pool
What? Ow.
because I'm okay with being a guest.
Yeah.
Are you okay with being a guest?
Yeah.
Is it pretty cool?
We have some power in us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do we eat food to keep us powered up?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else we should tell the people?
Yeah.
So,
Right now we don't know.
oh, we don't know right now? Okay.
Is
So,
Daddy right on that picture?
yeah, Daddy's not in any of those pictures because Mommy didn't know Daddy then.
Are you on those pictures?
I am in those pictures.
Are you all on those pictures?
Mostly. Mostly. So, with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week and I look forward to talking to you soon. So, take care, guys. Bye bye.